Check, check. Mike, check. Is my quality good? Is my sound good? Okay, let's get it. Pound for Pound Sports Entertainment. Hit the like button. Hit the comment. Wait, hold on. Pound for Pound Sports Entertainment. Comment below, share, do all that. Hit the like button. Subscribe for all things sports entertainment related. It's your host, Seth Merritt. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I figure I'd do a quick little video, a little, recording, whatever for you guys. Check that out. Devin, listen, I'm gonna start off right now. Tonight we got Devin Haney against Linares. That's the biggest fight going on. A couple other fights going on. I don't really, whatever. I don't really care. But Devin Haney fighting Linares. It's a good fight. Linares is a crafty veteran, experienced. First man to put down Lomachenko. He's got some losses, but he's still a very credible opponent for Devin Haney. Probably the biggest name Devin Haney would have on his resume. I don't know. That's a debate. Linares or Gamboa would be the biggest names on Devin Haney's resume. I have no problem with this fight. I think it builds and adds to Devin Haney's resume. You also gain experience from fighting a crafty veteran like Linares. This is what I think I need from Devin Haney. Okay, you want to go to the next level. You want people to start really paying attention to you. We know who you are. We know you're a great fighter, very technically sound, very defensive. The issue is you're not getting knockouts. Okay, as time is going on and on, you're looking like you're pretty much done with 135. Looks like it's time for you to move up. I don't know how you're making 35 because you're a big 135 pounder. And I mean, you're a grown boy, man. Like it's time to go to 140. Now, granted, perfect time to go to 140 because obviously Josh Taylor has just beat Jose Ramirez and has become undisputed. So when he goes to 47, the belts get dispersed. Everyone's getting in line to get a vacant belt, title shot here and there. And Devin Haney could easily move up and get a title shot, fight for a vacant belt. I need Devin Haney to sit down on his punches more. That's one of the biggest things. He's not getting knockouts. We know you're great defensively. We know you can box your ass off. Where's the power? Now, granted, I believe this is this the first fight? Yeah, this is the second fight coming off of shoulder surgery. He came off of shoulder surgery and then he fought Gamboa. He looked great. It was just a masterclass of boxing. I feel like if David Haney would have fought Gamboa like he did in the 12th round, like he did in the 12th round of that fight, he would have got Gamboa up out of there. Short shots, working the inside, really sitting down on his punches. He would have got Gamboa up out of there. If he could do that to Linares, I say within the first 6 to 8 rounds, he can get him up out of there. That sends a message, getting Linares, a crafty veteran, up out of there, man. It really does. Linares is a great name on your resume. He's a great fighter. He's a good fighter. Linares is a very good fighter. Devin Haney needs to send a message to everybody. And not to mention, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard it was a rumor that this is Devin Haney's last fight on his DAZN contract. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Eddie wants to keep him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he good working relationship. Eddie just hasn't been able to get him the Teofimo Lopez fight. But, I mean, that's not his fault because, hey, Bob said he was blocking that fight. Bob said Devin Haney signed with the wrong promoter. Bob really wanted to sign Devin Haney. He knows how good of a fighter Devin Haney is. He knows how good of an athlete, good of a boxer, how good of a gym rat he is. He knows he takes the game serious, and you can't buy that type of passion in a fighter. He's basically Floyd Jr. He stays ready, not missing weight, always constantly working, takes the game very serious, and that should be respected. That alone should be respected. So hopefully Devin Haney can get a knockout. I can see Linares winning, but it would have to be something ugly. It would have to truly outbox Devin Haney, but I don't see that happening. I see either Devin Haney knocking out Linares late or mid rounds, or just putting on another boxing master class and just winning every fight, being defensive, looking sharp, countering, working behind the jab. That's it. Linares is a very fast fighter, though, so Devin Haney's gonna have to look out for Linares' speed. But I think it's gonna be a great fight. I'll probably go live later for that. It's later on tonight, Moving on, moving on. Triple G and Murata. Rumors that Triple G and Murata are going to be fighting this, I think, this December, at the end of December in Japan. Now, listen. Great move. Great move for Murata. No. Bad move for Murata because he's going to get his ass whooped. Okay, I'm not going to lie to you. Murata's going to get his ass whooped. He's the weakest of the champions at 160. He's an okay fighter. Nothing special at all. Great move for Triple G. Go get another belt. Unification. Triple G has the IBF. Murata has the WBA, I believe. Triple G is what, 37, 38,000 years old. He's not fighting nobody. I don't know if that was by design, but he hasn't been fighting anybody. Now, I believe he has 2 fights under his belt with brand new trainer. I can't think of his name right now. He's out of the Crunk gym though. But I mean, last time I seen Triple G, he was fighting nobody. No disrespect to that fighter, but Triple G was trying to add new wrinkles to the game, head movement, trying to bounce and stuff. I'm like, dude, Triple G, at this point, Triple G is what he is. I feel like if you add something new to him, then I think it'll just throw him off a little bit. So most likely that's why they've been fighting kind of lower level competition, not fighting any big names, not fighting a Charlo, not trying to fight a Andrade, not trying to fight what's his name? Oh, what's that Mexican fighter's name? Golden Boy. Jaime Munguia. Not trying to fight them, just trying to take his time, continue to build and learn with this new trainer. You know? So basically, he's fought. Triple G's last opponents were the cast of All That, Dexter's Laboratory, the whole cast of Keenan and Kel. He ain't fought nobody, man. Come on. He fought Derbychenko, and hey, everybody said Derbychenko beat him. I think Derbychenko beat him, but it is what it is. That was a bad fight for Triple G. That literally took years off of his fight. You know what I'm saying? That took years off his fighting life. Seriously, he barely made it out of there. That was a bad look for Triple G. So obviously, let's get back to Triple G and his team. Like, let's get back to fighting these guys that aren't really much of a threat to us. Because Derbychenko was the guy that Canelo, they stripped him. Canelo didn't want to fight him. They knew what time it was. They know Derbychenko's not no pushover. He went 12 with Danny Jacobs. That was a great fight with Danny Jacobs. I mean, he lost because he got knocked down early knockdown. But I mean, it was a good fight, man. But good move for Triple G getting Murata. But in December, you couldn't get a fight in between. Like, I don't even remember last time Triple G fought. It was like a couple months ago. But damn, you just all the way in December, huh? You already got the date, everything, just December. You know how many months away that is? It's May. It's the end of May right now. My God. Anyway, I don't even care. Let Triple G do what he do. Whatever. Him, his fans, whatever. Triple G, good fighter, but dude, whatever. Do what you do. You out the way. I ain't even tripping about it. I don't even care. Now, Danny Garcia did a video with Fight Hype, right? He was talking about who he wants next. He wants the rematch with Keith Thurman. Keith one-time Thurman. Somebody put in the chat that, hey, what about Mikey Garcia? Danny Garcia was like, hey, I like that fight. Garcia against Garcia. Mexico against Puerto Rico. I like that fight a lot, too. I don't like the Keith Thurman fight because, first of all, Keith Thurman already beat you, number one. Number two, I understand why you would want that back because Keith Thurman gave you your first loss. Okay, cool. Keith Thurman beat you. Keith Thurman is coming off of another. Oh, God. As a Keith Thurman fan, they make it very difficult because these layoffs are ridiculous, bro. But anyway, Keith Thurman's coming off of another long layoff after his split decision loss to Manny Pacquiao. Okay. And not to mention, he just had a baby, man. So salute to Keith Thurman becoming a father, you know what I'm saying? A lovely baby girl, man. Salute to the Keith Thurman family. All respect, all love. But a lot of people are going to say he's not hungry. He doesn't have that eye of the tiger. He doesn't have that desire because it's a lot of distractions and a lot of things that he's going through. He's going through health setbacks, surgeries, coming off his first loss. He's going to need a tune-up. He's got to hope he makes it through camp. He's got to hope that he makes it through that tune-up fight without any further injury. Inactivity is probably one of the worst things for a fighter because you can't stay active. Obviously, hence the word of inactivity. You feel what I'm saying? You can't stay sharp, especially if you're not dedicated to the game, not dedicated to, your craft and staying in the gym and staying sharp and staying ready. These fighters, they fight, they lose all this weight, fight, and then go back to blowing up 30, 40 pounds, then have to come down and have half of their camp be a fat camp before they can even actually start the real camp. Keith Thurman's getting older. I don't know. I don't see him trying to fight Danny Garcia. That's going backwards for Keith Thurman. Even though he came off of a loss, it is what it is. I do believe Keith Thurman needs to be going after Ugas, who has the WBA strap. Right now, I don't know if they're gonna demote him and make him the regular, and then give Manny Pacquiao back his belt. But for now, Ugas is the super champ. Keith Thurman needs to go get that super champ belt. He needs to go get that WBA super belt from Ugas since Errol Spence and Manny Pacquiao are fighting. And then we can get, because I believe, in my mind, I believe Ugas is a tune-up for Keith Thurman. I believe Ugas gets knocked out by one time Keith Thurman. Straight up, I stand by it. I put money on that. Ugas gets his ass whooped by Keith Thurman. And then we can get Errol Spence and Keith Thurman. A fight that was supposed to happen. A fight that Errol Spence wants. He's been wanting. A fight that a lot of fans have been wanting. But some people say Keith Thurman ducked him. I respect your opinion. Some people say Keith Thurman was hurt. So how could I duck somebody if I'm hurt? Not to mention, no contracts were sent. Al Heyman was not talked to, by Errol Spence. Errol Spence did not go to Al Heyman and ask for that fight. So if you are on the same side of the street, you don't even go talk to Al about a possible fight. How can someone duck you? Anyway, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman, that's not going to happen. Danny Garcia, Mikey Garcia, very interesting fight. I like that fight a lot. Mexico against Puerto Rico, we know the rivalry, the legendary rivalry. Danny Garcia coming off of a loss, a really bad loss to Errol Spence. He was just outgunned. Fighting a bigger fighter, longer fighter. Errol was standing behind the jab. He was looking phenomenal, mixing it up on Danny. Danny couldn't do anything. His arms were too short. He's too slow, too flat-footed. Mikey took the same type of loss to Errol Spence too. Those guys were just too small for Errol. You know what I'm saying? So naturally, I think Danny has maybe a 1 or 2 inch reach advantage on Mikey. I like that fight. Mikey's coming off a victory over Jesse Vargas, a great fight. He's coming off of a major payday as well. I do believe he got paid $5 to $7 million from Eddie Hearn. Salute to Mikey for getting his money, man. But I think Mexico and Puerto Rico, even though the title's not on the line, is still going to do great numbers. That could be a pay-per-view fight, honestly. You put that, where would you put that? You put that in Texas? Where do you put that? You put that at the Barclays Center? Put that in Vegas? I don't know, but it's a very interesting fight. I like that fight. That fight actually, in my mind, I think that fight was supposed to happen last year. That fight was supposed to happen during Errol Spence and Sean Porter. I think because Errol Spence and Sean Porter went on pay-per-view and they took that date. So then that's when Mikey went over to DAZN and got a fight. And then Danny ended up fighting Ivan Redcash, I believe. I don't know, but I like that fight. That's a fight that definitely should happen, especially before Danny Garcia goes up to 154. I think Danny Garcia is making a mistake going to 54 because he's too small. I don't see really anybody that he's beating. But at the same time, if you can't make 47 anymore, then you can't make 47 anymore. It is what it is. Maybe he could slowly go up to 54, go to 47, and then go to 47, fight Mikey. After that, have a catch weight fight at 50. Then go up to 54, you know what I'm saying? Just to get used to everything. Get used to the, more padding in the gloves. Get used to fighting bigger dudes. Like, oh my God. That's one of the problems with Danny. He doesn't throw enough punches. He's flat-footed. And he's got shorter arms. Now, if he hits you, he's got power in both hands. But what happens if he doesn't hit you? You know what I'm saying? And you're fighting bigger dudes that are used to that weight are actually coming down to 54. But hey, if everybody at 54 moves up to 60 and guys start moving from 47 to 54, it'll be okay for them. Get some of those monsters out the way. But him and Mikey, I like that fight before Danny goes to 54. Plus, not to mention, who else Mikey gonna fight? Who else is Mikey going to fight? I don't see Mikey beating anybody. I think Mikey could have some good fights at 54. I think he could have a good fight with Danny. He could have a good fight with Keith Thurman. Those are good fights. Now, he may be too small for Keith. I don't know. Very interesting. Moving on. Y'all hit that like button while you're listening. Comment below, share, do all of that. Subscribe to the channel. But anyway, moving on. Big John Fury, right? Tyson Fury's father. Very outspoken man. Seems to be cool, seemed cool. Very outspoken. He's been in the media talking about Tyson Fury, how he's worried about him facing Deontay Wilder in the trilogy. He's worried about Tyson Fury. He seems to be having a whole bunch of yes men around him. He doesn't like the whole, posse thing, the whole entourage thing. And Tyson Fury, let's be honest with him. Let's be honest. I like Tyson Fury. I like how Tyson Fury's cool. With his skills, you can't argue with his skills. The shenanigans and lies and stuff that he's telling and everything out there, and it is what it is. But at the same time, you can't argue. The man has been in Vegas in the gym working hard. He's been in Vegas. I think he's been working hard just as much as he's been partying. Partying in Vegas, partying down in South Beach, wearing Versace robes, chains on, out there enjoying his life in Vegas, man. It is what it is. I think John Fury, when he sees his son partying and stuff, he doesn't like what he sees. He knows that Deontay Wilder is working. Deontay Wilder's not partying. He's in there trying to get better every day. That's why he's not doing no talking. All the trash talk is coming from Team Fury. John Fury's sitting back watching stuff. Sitting back watching how the pieces are falling together. How his son is moving. How he's got all these distractions with having all this entourage and all these people around him. I don't think John Fury likes that. And I don't mind an outspoken John Fury. I actually encourage it, honestly. We need more John Furies out here that are not going to sit back and not going to hold people accountable. Okay? You want to be the best, you got to stay focused. All this partying and stuff, you need to be in the gym every day. Because this guy, this opponent that you have in Deontay Wilder, he's not coming to play. He wants his belt back. He's staying focused. He's not trash talking. He's in the gym every day. And he's trying to change things to get better. So this partying, all that partying that you're doing, you should be in the gym. If you put a workout in early and then at nighttime you want to go partying, that's where you're going wrong. You need to be doing 2 a days, concentrating solely, eating, sleeping, and breathing Deontay Wilder until this fight comes. July is coming, people. I'm excited for that trilogy. It's going to be a different type of energy, trust me. It's going to be a lot of animosity. It's going to be a very, very personal fight. First fight was business. Second fight it got slightly personal. This third fight is going to be a different type of energy, I'm telling you. And I will be in the house in full effect. Anyway, hit the like button, comment below, share, do all of that. It's your host, F. Merritt. I greatly appreciate y'all, man. I really do. Comment below, hit the subscribe button, man, for all things sports entertainment related, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good day. I'm probably going to go live later on for the Devin Haney Linares fight. You guys be on the lookout for that. I'm out.